Hi, my friends from beginner and intermediate mat. So here's the one I promised. Okay, so this is an instructional video, not a workout. This video is to help you guys work on technique, flow, and cueing at the intermediate level. Now, I'm going to offer some variations as well as something that's not in your order. So jackknife was initially not in the intermediate mat order, and as some of you may have noticed, jackknife is very, very hard to perform. That being said, the roll over comes earlier in the series. It's easier to perform in general for folks, and even though it's in the advanced order, and I'm assuming that everybody's going to move on to that anyway, I'm offering you the roll over in its order, and I will also show you jackknife in its order between neck pull and shoulder bridge. All right, you guys, here we go. Come on over to the mat. So as you know, if the mat was down on the floor, you would have your clients stand at the front edge of your mat, nice and tall, lengthening through the crown of the head, remember, up here, to the ceiling. So it means that you're not lifting the chin, the crown of the head. You would stack one leg in front of the other and cross one arm on top of the other, deepening your abdominals in and up. Some people like to do a curtsy foot in the back to come all the way down. See, some people with tough knees, they can come part way, but then they might need their hands. So either one way, the other way, or simply coming all the way down. Use your hands as soon as you need to sit all the way down. I'm not going to do my workout on the floor. We're going to pretend that I did that, lowering to the mat with control, but I'm going to lower myself with control to the Cadillac. I'm also going to use my strap and my bar to do the full roll up. So if you have a strap and a bar, I highly recommend you use it. All right, so here we go. I'm going to do my cross with my legs, crossing with my arms, draw the abdominals in and up, reaching the crown of the head to the ceiling, and lower to the mat with control. It would be how we would lower to the reformer. And then with your feet on the mat, I'm going to make sure, is my bar still there? Of course it's not there. I think it's over there. I'll get it when it's time. All right, so lay all the way down on the mat, extending yourself long, top to bottom, left to right, and hug both knees in simultaneously at the middle of your shin. Keep your tailbone lengthening into the mat. Lift the forehead to your knees, curl up to the tips of the shoulder blades. Back of the neck is long. Stretch your legs out to 45, externally rotated. Arms are above the level of the hips, 6 inches, and pump. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You have 7 more deep breaths. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maintain the back of the neck long, reaching the nose into the navel. Legs hug the midline. As you deepen your abdominals in and up, lengthen your tailbone long on the mat. Keep pumping and breathing. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Equal energy pumps going up and down. Up, 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 up. You got it. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knees into your chest. To transition into the roll up, you would slide both legs away from you on the mat, flex the feet, and reach your arms back to your high diagonal. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, stretch and reach forward. But like I said, I'm going to use the strap and the bars. So let me find my bar, if I can. I was sure it was over here. Oh well, it's moved. It's amazing how things disappear in such a small space, but I am going to use my fuzzy strap. Laying all the way down, legs hug the midline. Arms reach back to a high diagonal. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, stretch and roll forward. Pulse 3, 2. This is an offering to work your precision in the beginning. Inhale back and exhale, lower to your high diagonal. Keep the shoulders anchored. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, stretch forward. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, begin to articulate into the mat, and exhale, roll down, bone by bone, arms to your high diagonal. Keep the lats anchored. Inhale up. Exhale, stretch forward. Inhale to roll back. Exhale, lower down, working for flow. 5 more times. 4 more. As you reach forward, your arms are next to your ears. 3 more, and your shoulders glide on the back. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, stretch forward. Inhale to roll back. Exhale, lower to the mat with control. For your roll over, this is the one that I said would replace jackknife if you needed. If you were on a regular mat and you weren't on a Cadillac, you could stay where you were. On the Cadillac or sometimes on different mats, you would need to turn your face away from the tower or give yourself room overhead. From here, fold the knees into your chest, going proximal to distal. Lower your legs to 45, stay parallel, and bring your legs overhead, rolling over your spine. So the legs can either be parallel to the floor, or you can bring your toes flex to the floor. Open your legs the width of your mat, and flex through the heels as you roll down. Upper back, middle back, lower back, and hips. Close the legs down to 45. Parallel, the legs go overhead. The back of the neck is still long, your head is looking up between your legs, and then roll down, keep your neck long, so from the back of the head, all the way through your tailbone, you're reaching. So try not to focus so much on the action of the legs, as much as what you're trying to accomplish with the lengthening of the abdominals in and up, and a long neck with long arms by your sides. Reverse 3 times. Open the legs overhead. Close your legs. Flex your feet. Point to roll back out of it. Roll down, lower legs to 45 like your 100. Open the legs, flex your feet in the reverse. Go overhead, keep flexing. Draw the legs together, keep flexing. Point and roll down. If you can bring your legs just parallel to the floor, that is a perfectly nice option. It would be to here. Close the legs, so not feet on the floor. So that's your modification. The full one is all the way down. Point and roll down like you're sliding into an envelope with your hips. From here, if I was at the middle of the mat, I would not need to readjust, but because I'm down too low, for one leg circles, I have to slide back so I can use a rock up, lift the powerhouse, move my hips in the center of the mat, lay all the way down. So we have to make some accommodations for different exercises. So sweep the right leg up to the ceiling if you're doing true full intermediate. Circle from the left ear down around to the right ear and center. Across, around, and up. 3 more, inhaling the breath, exhale around. 2 more, collarbones are nice and wide. Last one, around and up. Reverse, the bottom left leg hugs into the midline. 4 more, inhale, exhale. 3 more, inhale, stretch the leg, work from the obliques. 2 more, exhale, up center. 1 more time, inhale, around, exhale, center. Flex your foot, lower your leg to the mat for 3, 2, 1. Point your left foot, float it up, and then pull your abdominals in, stretch through the bottom leg, circle across to the right ear, down around to the left ear and center. 4 more, cross around and up. 3 more, around and up. 2 more, around and up. Inhale, circle around and exhale. 5 in the reverse. 5, really reach through the bottom leg. 4, around and up, pulling the abdominals in an up and opposition. 1, and then flex your foot in the air, lower down to the mat for 3, 2, as it lands, reach your arms back to your high diagonal to use a roll up to sit all the way up. We're rolling like a ball. Hug the heels into the sit bones at the front of the ankles. Pull the heels in nice and close. Stay in Pilates stance. Curl the sacrum under and lift your feet up like you're trying to pull your knees up into your armpits. Head is heavy between your arms. You have 6. Walk back and roll up for 6. Only to the tips of the shoulder blades. Walk back, roll up. 4 more. And up, and 3, and up. Massaging the spine by imprinting it into the mat and out of the mat. Last one, come up, balance. For single leg stretch, keep your right hand where it is. Bring your left leg right underneath your right knee. Extend the leg out long, the left leg, and roll back only to the tips of the shoulder blades for single leg stretch, and switch left, and switch right. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. So you inhale for 2 sides and exhale for 2 sides. The outside hand always goes down to the outside ankle. Now work the powerhouse. Make sure that you're moving from a strong powerhouse with rhythm and extending and bending with the same equal energy like a bow and an arrow. One more to the left. Hug your knees in for double leg stretch. Inhale, extend the arms and legs out to your high diagonals. Open the arms and exhale again. Keep the tailbone lengthening into the mat while you hug your knees into your chest. Inhale, exhale, inhale, stretch, exhale, curl up to the tips of the shoulder blades. Back of the neck is reaching long. Shoulder blades glide on the back. Last one. And then reach the right leg up to the ceiling for your scissor. Grab it. Lower the left leg down to 45 and double pulse the right leg in once, twice. Scissor switch. Pulse in once, twice. Scissor switch. Pulse, pulse. Scissor switch. Pulse, pulse. Now up tempo. Pull, pull, switch, pull, pull, and pull, pull, and pull, pull. 4 and 4. 3 and 3. 2, 2. One more right. Last one left. Both legs up to the ceiling. Hands at the base of your skull. Lower the legs for 3, 2. Down to 45 on 1. Lift on 1. Down for 3, 2, 1. Lengthen to lift on 1. 2 more like that. Lower. 2, 3. Exhale. Lift on 1. Let your abdominals sink into the mat deeper and exhale to lift. Now lower on 1. Stretch them an inch longer. Lift for 3, up for 2, up for 1. Lengthen to lower, stretch. Exhale, lift 3, 2, 1. 2 more. Exhale, up, 2, 3. Last one. Exhale, up, 2, 3 to tabletop. Bend your right knee and twist to it as you stretch the left leg long. For 3, 2, 1. Reach both feet to the same spot as you stretch the opposite side. 2, 1. Up center to the right for 3, 2, 1. 2 for precision, at least 2. To the left for 3, 2, 1. Now up to the right. 3, 2, 1. Up to the left. 3, 2, 1. Up and twist. 2, 3. Up to the left. Twist. 2, 3. 2 more sets. And left. And right. And left. Come up higher in the center. Reset. And then hug your knees in and rest. All right. Slide your legs out away from you. Flex your feet. Reach your arms back to your high diagonal. And use your roll up to sit up or your spine stretch forward. All right, you guys. Making some adjustments here. You know how it is. All right. So with your legs long, open at least the width of your mat or just outside of hip width apart. Arms are straight out in front of you at shoulder width, shoulder height. Draw the sit bones together, lift through the crown of the head, inhaling, and exhale as you roll forward. Chin to chest, nose to belly button, crown of the head is reaching to the mat. Stretch even through your neck and your head, and then use this stretch through the neck and the head to roll you back up as you're lengthening your neck and your head up to the ceiling. Inhale and exhale forward for 3, 2, stretch deeper by spreading your back, lungs and kidneys out behind you, and then inhale to roll back up. 4 more times. Exhale forward. 3, 2, empty the lungs completely on 1. Glide the shoulders on your back and then roll back up. 2, 3. Exhale, roll down for 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale. 2 more times. Exhale forward. Inhale up. 1 more time. Exhale forward. So here we want to grab a hold of the ankles, point the feet, and drag the heels into the seat for open leg rocker. So I've removed my arm and leg springs, but I can either go wide or narrow behind me. We'll see what I need to do for my open leg rocker. So if you can't hold here for open leg rocker, you would hold on behind your thighs if your legs are not straight. So from here, chin to chest, rock back. I'm going outside and then roll up, stretch. I've got to sort this out. Rock back and roll up. 4 more. Roll it back and rock it up. 3 more. Try to follow those vertical bowls and up. 2 more. Rock back, massaging the spine into the mat and out of the mat. One more time, use the mat. It's there to help you roll in and out of it. Now stay up, we do balance. Close the legs, open your legs, bend your knees, tap your toes to the mat, and stretch and lift your legs up. Close the legs, open them, bend the knees, and extend the legs. So I'm already thinking ahead. So the next exercise would be corkscrew. I'm gonna do overhead. If you're not doing overhead, your client doesn't have to sweep into overhead, but they would need to finish with a teaser here. Roll down into the mat, head and arms go down, the legs go overhead. You can bring the legs parallel to the floor like the rollover legs if you choose. Roll down to your hips and your sacrum. Both legs are gonna go right diagonal. Center, left diagonal, back up and overhead. Roll back down to the middle of your spine, lengthen your tailbone long as you circle left. Center, right, and back overhead. Stay within the framework of your mat, don't go wide. Roll back down. So we wanna have a smaller range of motion corkscrew to find control and work from the obliques. Left obliques, circle around to the right obliques, and back up overhead. One more, to the right, around to the left, and overhead. One more time, to the left, around to the right, and overhead, and roll back down to the mat with control. Bend your knees as you slide your legs out away from you. You float your arms back to that high diagonal. So this is your transition over and over again from one exercise to the next, from the mat to rolling up to seated. Next exercise is saw. Open the arms and the legs. Take a twist, think from your waist. Your waist will twist to the right and saw off your right pinky toe with your left pinky finger for 3. Stretch and reach 2 and 1, so it's left rib to right hip. Now when you roll up, you have to draw the left obliques back to stack you. And then your arms are wide, so you twist to the left. Think right obliques. So forward 3, 2, 1, and then draw that right oblique back and stack you to the right. So forward 3, left hip is anchored, left foot is flexed. 1, roll up through center, work your obliques to the left. Soft forward 3, 2, so there's constant adjusting at the hips, especially for the leg you're twisting away from. 3, 2, 1, roll up through center to the left for 3, 2, find your pinky finger with your pinky toe. It's a challenge. You literally have to put them together and saw them off. 3, 2, you can keep the back arm low or high as necessary, whatever helps you or your client. For 3, 2, 1, come all the way up to the top, lower your arms. So swan will be next, flipping onto your abdominals. I'm gonna stay facing in this direction. Normally we can lay down and have our clients face away, but the camera's over here. So for today, once you flip over, I'm gonna move this a little bit underneath me. So your hands are right next to your rib cage, as if you're about to do a push-up. Forehead is on the mat. So first draw the scapula together and lift the hands up. Then you want to think about lifting the chest, not just up, but forward, and the legs long behind you. Now use your hands to lift you a little higher, like you're about to do your single leg kick. Drag yourself forward to the lowest rib, find your balance, and remove your hands. Hold it for 3, back of the neck is long, 2, 1, and float back down. Reset your hands, hands up first, head and chest. Lower your hands, press, lift your body higher. Do that tiny accent forward to draw yourself down to a place you can hold and balance for 3, 2, 1, and float back down. Again, hands up, head and chest up. Lower the hands, lift up higher. Pull yourself forward, reach through the legs actively, and take your hands away. Stretch through the crown of the head as you lengthen to lower back down. 2 more, hands up, head and chest, drawing your elbows down towards the hips. Press yourself higher, the elbows come even lower to the hips. Lengthen forward on the mat, stretching through your legs. Remove your hands, hold for 3, 2, 1, float back down. One more time, hands up, head and chest, lower the hands, stretch, lift higher, drag yourself forward and hold it, pulse up 10 and 9 and 8. So this is another choreography variation that's up to you if you want to opt for it. 4 more, 3. It's always hard to work the back, so I like anything extra for the back. The posterior chain, as you know from having worked with me, is really an important part of us establishing strength, and we get there through the activation of the abdominals, all of the abdominals, not just the rectus. Remember, it's a huge group of muscles, and it works almost like a girdle or corset or being shrink wrapped. Everything comes together. All right, so come back onto your forearms and elbows, and you want to make sure that you maintain the lift of the chest. So lengthen the crown of the head up, spine is extended, draw the legs together, bend the right knee, kick, kick, stretch the leg out, lift your chest higher, left, kick, kick, stretch the leg out and lift the chest. Every time you place the foot softly down, you lengthen through the leg and lift the upper body. So simultaneously, both upper body and lower body are working. Kick, kick, and lots of chest. And kick, kick right. After this one to the left, we're going up tempo. Get ready. To the right. Kick, kick, and kick, kick, and kick, kick. Keep pushing down with your fists and your elbows. You might notice you even push yourself back into the mat and weight your thighs down heavier. Kick, kick, and it helps you open your chest so the collarbones are wide. 2 more to the right and the left. 1 more right, last one left. Lower both legs down, draw them together, hugging the midline. Turn to the right, put your left cheek down on the mat and clasp your hands behind your back. One palm is in the other palm and elbows are draped to the floor. Anchor your hips, bend your knees, kick 3, 2, point your feet, stretch your legs out first, interlace your thumbs, and reach all your fingers to your heels, looking forward. Turn to the left, bend your elbows, palm in palm, bend your knees, kick 3, 2, 1, stretch the legs out, interlace your thumbs if you can, lift 3, 2, 1. Watch your neck as you lift. You want to keep it long. Kick 3, kick 2, kick 1. Inhale, stretch, reach, lift. 3, 2, 1. Left side. Kick 3. So you kind of put it all together here from your swan to your single leg stretch to your double leg. Single leg kick to your double leg kick. And lift up for 3, 2, 1. Last one to the left side. Kick for 3, 2, 1, stretch, lift up, hold the lift, open the arms, so you're still reaching back for the heels, lengthen the legs, lift up, inhale, lift up, and lower down to the mat. Use your hands to press yourself back and stretch. Rolling up, so you have neck pull next. If you don't have a strap, the setup is still the same. So you can start from seated as stated in the manual if you're with Power Pilates. If you're not with us. If you're not with Power Pilates and you learned it another way, it's all good. You can start on the mat too. We do that when we get to the advanced level. All right, so feet are underneath the strap. If you don't have the strap, your legs are outer hip width apart, feet are flexed, hands are at the base of your skull. So in a lot of ways, you're thinking of this as coming back into exercise, spine stretch forward. Inhale up, exhale, dive forward. Inhale, roll back up. Use your hands on the hinge to lengthen the neck long. This is your neck pull. Now keep the neck long and roll all the way down by curling the sacrum underneath you and allow your elbows to come to the mat. Now this would be your first full repetition. Inhale, curl up. You're diving right down between your knees. No sitting up tall. Roll up. This is the first sit up tall. From that round, use your hands. So you've got to use your biceps. The hands have to be at the base of the skull. That's why teaching it for your crisscross and lower lift is really important. Inhale, back up. Roll through the spine out of the mat. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, sit up. Keep inhaling on the hinge and then exhaling as you roll down to the mat. Inhale up, exhale forward. Inhale, sit up, hinge back, and exhale, roll down. 2 more. Inhale up, exhale, dive forward. Inhale, sit up, hinge back, and exhale, roll down. 1 more. Inhale up, exhale, dive forward. Inhale up, hinge back, and exhale, roll all the way down to the mat. So here's that exercise that's just some people's arch nemesis, the jackknife. All right, so I'm going to explain it to you as simple as I can from a very basic point of view. So, head is down, Back is down, arms are long by your sides. Extend your legs up vertical to 90. Lower your legs down to 45 like your lower lift or the 100. Bring your legs back up to 90 and use your pelvis, tuck it under to roll over so that your legs come parallel to the floor overhead. Once your legs are parallel to the floor, this is essentially the start of your jackknife. Then you lift your hips up into a plumb line so that ideally you want to get the heels, the shoulders, and the hips all in one straight line. Come back into your jackknife, legs to parallel, overhead, and roll out of it. When you roll out of it, work your precision. Legs to 90, legs down to 45, legs back up to 90, and then roll over by curling the sacrum under, legs to parallel. Jackknife up. You might need to change your arms to get a higher lift. Legs back to parallel overhead. That means open the arms wider, maybe push through the edges of your pinky finger like a knife into the mat and roll out of it. Make sure you don't mix up your movements. 90, 45, 90. From the sacrum, the primary powerhouse, roll over. Again, readjust the shoulders if you need. Get your legs up to your plumb line. Jackknife back out of it and roll out. Again, over, up. I'm going to stay up here until I'm happy with my position, and then back down and roll out of it. One more time. You can add in by flexing the toes so they come over your eyes and roll straight down, and then bend the knees in. All right, so there's all these variations. You can place the feet down on the mat, curl the sacrum under just like you did to roll over, and find your shoulder bridge. Take a big inhale, think about your tailbone reaching between your between your knees, sorry. And then as you articulate down, upper back, middle back, lower back, and lengthen the tailbone out. Now your tailbone is reaching between your heels, long on the mat. When you curl the tailbone under, to stay in neutral pelvis so that the pubic bone and the ASIS are in the same coronal plane, you would have the tailbone reaching between your knees at the top of the action of your shoulder bridge. When you roll back down and articulate into the mat, you would find your neutral pelvis, ASIS, and pubic bone in the same coronal plane by reaching your tailbone between your heels. So let's practice one set. I'm going to move back on my mat. So it's nice to practice one set of shoulder bridge kicks on the mat to make sure that we're squaring the box and that the hips are stable and the primary powerhouse is stable while the kicks are happening without being under the duress of lifting the hips in the air. So it's almost like doing side kicks. So extend the right leg out long from the abdominals and sweep it up once, twice, and flex, reach long. So if your hands were under your hips, you would be equally weighted. Kick, kick, and flex, reach. So if you kicked up and your hip would come up, we would want to eliminate that while we're seeing somebody on the mat. Kick, kick, right hip would stay heavy. Two more. Point, kick, kick, flex, reach out. One more time. Point, kick, kick, flex, reach out. Fold the right knee in. Plant the right foot next to the left foot and slide the left leg out. Think the leg extends from the belly button out through the leg. Sweep it up once, twice. Flex, reach out. Four more. Point, kick, kick, flex, reach out. Three more. Point, kick, kick, flex it out. Two more. Kick, kick, and flex. One more time. Kick, kick, lengthen the leg. Bend your left knee so you plant your left foot next to your right foot. We'll do one set of 5 to each side with the hips up. You can always rest in between sides if necessary when you're teaching your classes or doing it on your own. So find your shoulder bridge at the top. Extend the right leg long in line with the left thigh. Kick up once, twice, and flex, reach thigh to thigh. Point, kick, kick, reach thigh to thigh. Don't go lower right now. Three more. Kick, kick. So we work with control. Two more. Kick, kick, and we create strength in the smaller range of motion. Last one. And then bend the knee, plant the right foot down, extend the left leg long, kick up once, twice, flex, reach out. Point, kick, kick, flex, reach out. Three more. Flex, reach it out. Two more. Point, kick, kick, flex, reach it out. One more time. Lengthen the leg, put the left foot down. Find both hips as even as possible in the air. Curl the tailbone under. Find your neutral pelvis at the top and then roll down from the back of your head all the way out through your tailbone. Lengthen it out long. And then roll onto your right side or left side, whatever makes sense for your class or yourself on the mat. Line yourself up with the back edge of the mat. Bottom elbow, shoulder, and hip, propping your head up on your hand. Just like neck pull, crisscross, lower lift, your hand should be at the base of your skull, not on the side of your head. Legs come forward on the mat. I like to start teaching Pilates stance when people get to intermediate side kicks rather than the bottom leg down. So it just means that you're really posting the pinky toe and the fourth toe, maybe even the middle toe on the mat. So this leg is a little bit more active to find your balance and support. Your top hand is right in front of your chest, and it helps you to stop rocking forward and back. Hover the top leg up to hip height, externally rotate, turn out. We have our kicks front back. Kick higher, point reach to the back parallel, and stretch it an inch longer, lifting through the crown of the head. Double kick front, kick, square the box, shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip, reach back. For flow, kick, stretch, reach back to the front, kick to the back, stretch, reach. 4 more, keeping the leg at hip height, unless you have a big class, in which case you would have the person kick high to the front over your neighbor's hip, kick low to the back under your neighbor's leg, kick. So there's ways to avoid kicking people front and back. Top leg over the bottom leg parallel, reach up 3, reach up 2, reach out of the abdominals, out of the hip, and then flex, float down. Point, resist up 3, 2. So even though my bottom leg is turned out, my top leg is parallel right now. You can do this many other ways. This is just one option. Point, resist up 3, 2, pull your abdominals in, use your obliques, and flex lower. Flex, lift 1, point, draw the leg down 3, 2, 1. Flex, lift on 1, point lower 3, 2, 1. 2 more, because I know I'll be turned out for my circles. So it's nice to work different parts of the inner and outer thigh by deepening the rotation one way or the other. So externally rotate, find your top heel with the bottom heel, and that's how you want to do your circles, is make sure that they match. So you circle front to back equally. 8, 7, if you're not a dancer, I'm not a dancer, it's very hard to do these. 4, 3, because we could circle in one spot, but we might not make it symmetrical above the bottom leg, forward, back. 50, 50 front, 50, 50 back. 4, 3, 2 on 1, kick your leg up, bend your knee, post the foot flat, and remember, if you're doing some stuff like run rond de jambe, this top leg and other exercises turns into your extended leg to the ceiling. So you want to make sure that when you turn the thigh out now at the intermediate level, that you're thinking about the back of your glutes on both sides to help externally rotate the legs and wrap the seat for harder exercises that come up. Flex and lift the bottom leg up, 2, 3, half down. Lift up, 2, 3, halfway down. Lift up, 2, 3, keep lengthening through the powerhouse. Lift, 2, 3, halfway down, and lift up and hold. Halfway down, lift up and hold, halfway down. 2 more, up, halfway down. 1 more, up. 8 pulses, up, 8 and 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it 1, point your foot, stretch your whole body out, and circles up and around, up and around. 5, 4, 3, I'm doing 8 of each of these. 1, reverse, 8, 7, or I'm trying to stick to 8 for you guys. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the top leg down, bring the bottom leg down, bring the top leg to meet it. So we do have 3 big finishes. Usually you pick 1 and do the same one on both sides. Since we have 3 and I have only 2 legs, I'm gonna do 2 on one leg and 1 on the other leg so that all 3 are given to you in this video, okay? So first, because I was mentioning grand rond de jambe as this extension to the ceiling, all right, using your glutes, I'm gonna work grand rond de jambe first. So flex your top foot. You can also keep it pointed, either one, all right? You really wanna work through the bottom leg for balance, as well as the bottom elbow, obliques into your bottom hip. So the whole underside is your support system. Keep it engaged, kick to the front, point your foot, think from the back of your seat. You're trying to externally rotate and then bring the leg down and along behind you by lengthening out of the hip and the waist. So the leg lands with your box square, shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip. This leg doesn't go below the midline and just stretches back in line with your hip. To the front, up in the air. You go as far as you can, and then you're gonna start internally rotating so you don't collapse on the top side, that your shirt or your waist stays long and you stretch behind you. Sweep to the front, point up in the air, stretch, reach it to the back. Make sure nothing's changing with your upper body. Try to keep it very, very quiet, and then bring the top leg over the bottom leg. Reverse, parallel to go back. Start to lift, start to lift. Think your butt is rotating out to the front, and you can flex or maintain your point. Either one is fine. Sweep to the back. Sometimes changing the ankle position really helps people find something different. And if they did their front back kicks, a flex to the front, a point to the back, it mimics the same thing that they've already done before. Stretch to the back, keep reaching through your bottom leg, use it for stability, lift the leg up and around to the front, bringing the top leg over the bottom leg. All right, you guys, so from here, I wanna teach you guys high scissors. So let's say we just finished the last one of our circles with the bottom leg, which eventually all this stuff with the bottom inner leg goes away because we just have our big finishes. So from here, find your balance on your side for high scissors by lifting your top leg, bring the bottom leg to meet it, and flex both feet. Find your balance. You have a lot of choices here with choreography. I'm just gonna do 8 quick, 4 slow. Go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big for 4, big for 3, big for 2, big for 1. Small, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. 8 small, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Draw the legs together and lower them to the mat. So the goal is to kick front and back equally, not kick your legs towards your face. And so in that way, it makes it very hard to do. If you wanted transitional beats, you would have the clients turn on their abdominals, hands underneath your forehead, and lift up. I'm gonna turn all the way around and show it to you facing towards the camera. So let's say I had just finished my last ones with the scissors, and I wanted to go to my second side. You roll onto your abdominals with control, make a pillow with your hands underneath your forehead, anchor your hips, lift everything up, and heel beats. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, and then you would roll your client over to the other side. Since my other side would be the left side, I'm gonna stay here, you guys, okay? Same setup. I'm posting my bottom foot, Pilates stance, double kick forward once, twice. Work your precision for the first 2 reps at least. Flex, kick, kick. Lengthen back and reach your leg an inch longer, and then up tempo. Kick, kick, and stretch, reach and lengthen. Kick, kick, reach back and lengthen. Kick, kick, back and lengthen. Kick, kick, reach it back. Kick, kick. Try to keep the upper body very quiet, especially that top shoulder. Bring the top leg over the bottom leg. Point, lift up, 2, 3, flex, lower. Very parallel. Point, lift, 2, 3, flex and lower. Point, lift up, 2, 3, flex, lower. One more lift, 2, 3, flex, lower. Work from the powerhouse. Up, point, pull down, 2, 3, flex, up on 1. Point, pull down, 2, 3, 2 more. Draw it down, 2, 3, last one. As you come down, find your bottom heel with your top heel. Now you have to externally rotate both legs. Circles, 8, then go into the back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep drawing in at the sides of the waist so the powerhouse is deepening throughout. Kick your leg up, bend the knee, plant the foot, post it. And remember, you gotta work your top glute. Lift the bottom leg up, 2, 3, halfway down. Grabbing the bottom ankle from behind, 2, 3, halfway to lower. Lift up, 2, 3, halfway down. Lift up, 2, 3, halfway down. Press up and hold, 4, Halfway down, press up and hold 3, and 2, and 1, 8 pulses, up 8, and 7, and 6. So I'm even using this inner thigh. 3, 2, and my pelvic floor. Point, stretch out, circles up and around. 6 more, and 5, and 4, like drill, away from me. 2, and 1, out from the powerhouse, lengthening long. 4 more, and 3, squaring my box, shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip, lower the bottom leg, bring the top leg out to meet it. So your 3 big finishes are grand rond de jambe, big leg circles, high scissors, slow and fast, or just find a tempo that works for your group or your client. And then the last one is a bicycle. So hover your top leg up to hip height. Keep reaching long through the bottom leg. So both legs should be active, like you're standing on them or using both simultaneously. Kick your leg to the front. Bend your knee. You want to keep your shin, your knee, and your hip parallel to the floor as you transfer the thigh to the back. Like you're about to give yourself a thigh stretch. You know how when you would grab a hold of your ankle and pull your heel to your seat? That's the thigh stretch I'm talking about. You're really reaching out from the hip through the knee. We do this sort of thing for your single leg kicks and your double leg kicks. Now keep the thigh where it is and just extend the lower leg so that you're in the same position as your front back kicks. Now we go back to the front to the back. Just joking. Okay, kick to the front. Point, bend the knee so your heel comes to your seat. You transfer your thigh to the back, keeping the thigh parallel to the ground at hip height, and then extend the lower leg and think that you're going into a big split. Lift the whole upper body. One more time, to the front, bend the knee. So your powerhouse, primary and secondary, your full powerhouse, to keep adjusting for the movement of the leg. So the leg is the challenge to the powerhouse, maintaining its stability and staying strong. And then you're also creating stamina by being able to support these positions and work your precision. Knee forward and then rotate the thigh out so that you extend the leg and it's not internally rotated, it's external, so you're still squaring the hips. To the back, stretch through the bottom leg even as you bend the top knee. Keep the lift in the powerhouse, bring your knee forward, use your bottom leg to help you, and now you've got to externally rotate the leg as it stretches out just to keep it parallel to the back. Heel to your seat, knee to your chest, and stretch the leg all the way out, and then bring your top leg over your bottom leg. If I hadn't flipped over for the camera, I would still be over in the opposite direction with my head at the top of the mat. So I'm going to sit up and lay back down. So teaser is next. So your teaser is very simple at the intermediate level. It's 3 sets of 3. Once you get up to the top, it's the same exact thing that you repeat multiple times, and your variation at the top is being able to lift the arms to the wall behind you, which is really the stretch of the arms next to the ears. All right? So it doesn't mean you want to arch your back and lose the position of your spine from your teaser. You just want to add in one more extra little element that happens to be a not so easy element to add in. So from here, hug your knees in. I like to start a little bit rotated out because it says frog your legs out. So it's easy if I think about rotating out from my thighs, knees are slightly apart, heels together in Pilates stance. Arms can reach back if you want to your high diagonal, or start low by your sides. It doesn't matter which one. Lift your forehead up towards your knees or between your knees and start to frog your legs out and tease gravity as you roll up to your first teaser, lifting the arms parallel to the legs. Once you're up here, you're going to roll back either to the back of your waist or to the tips of your shoulder blades and roll up and balance. 2 more, that was number 1. Roll back and roll up. 1 more time, roll back, articulate all the way up. Now here's that reach of the arms by the ears. Lift out of the waist and the spine, reach back parallel to your legs and roll out of it. Hug the knees into your chest, rest your head. Settle your spine into the mat. We have 2 more sets. Lift your head and shoulders up, forehead between the knees. Extend your arms long, and then roll up, tease gravity to get to the top, extending, reach for your knees, your ankles, your toes, arms lift parallel to your legs. 3 times, articulate back into the mat, imprinting your spine, and roll back up for 3, roll back, and roll up for 2, roll back, and roll up for 1. Like I said, extend the arms only if it's available to you, and then reach back for your legs, roll back to the tips of your shoulder blades, hug your knees in and rest your head, let your spine settle on the mat. 1 more set of 3. Lift your head and shoulders up, forehead between the knees, extend the arms long, sprawl your legs out, tease gravity to roll up. We start our 3. Roll back to the tips of your shoulder blades, roll back up and balance. Arms parallel to the legs, articulate down and articulate back up through the spine. 1 more time, roll down, roll back up, reach the arms up, 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 lift, stretch from the lumbar, stretch your arms, keeping the lift, tour your legs, roll out of it and hug your knees into your chest. So we have 2 variations after this. So we have can-can and we have hip circles. You can roll out of your last teaser to set yourself up for either can-can or hip circles, or you can come from your last teaser, reach your arms up. Some people like to sweep their arms to the back edge of the mat. I like to sweep my arms down and back, all right, to get my legs higher for hip circles. The Cadillac is pretty small to do hip circles in this position. I like a wider stance with my arms. There's just no place for my arms to go here, but I'll see if I can sort that out. So for can-can, ideally the toes are hovering an inch off the mat, but most people swing their thighs and wiggle their pelvis around a lot. So for can-can, prop yourself up on your elbows and forearms, bring your big toes down on the mat, right in front of your hips. Draw the knees together, hugging the midline. You're only going ear to ear with your movement, whether it's can-can or hip circles. Right ear, knees stay together, left ear, knees stay together, right ear, knees stay together. When you extend both legs out, this inside left leg should be externally rotated, not internal and resting. So this way you stretch the whole left obliques out and reach long in a twist. Bend the knees, toes come down, just to the left ear, right ear, left ear. Extend out, it's the right leg. Rotating out, you've got to think about this side, this oblique working to keep that rotation out. Bend the knees to the right, to the left, to the right. Extend and bend to the left. So it's a little complicated in terms of what you're trying to accomplish with that inside leg. Same thing happens in your corkscrew earlier. So you're gonna see if you had a client with a lazy inside leg and corkscrew, it's gonna be lazy here too. 1 more time to the left. So you wanna make sure that once you space hold, you're very controlled and precise. Right, left, right. The feet don't change position until you kick. And then you bring them right back in front of your hips. So they should be able to be seen between your legs or right in your peripheral. Right, left, right, left. Extend and bend. Right, left, right. The heel should stay right there. Sorry, extend and bend. And I'm focusing so much on keeping my heels not moving as my legs go side to side. Extend and bend. And then you slide out of this one and flip over for swimming. Like I said, if you were going to go into your hip circles, you could also do it from seated and find your reach back. So I'm just gonna experiment. Maybe if I move my arms further back and not so wide, it'll help me do the hip circle. So you wanna be able to get the legs up to the ceiling, circle right, around to the left and back up center. I'm just gonna bend my elbows a little bit. I think it's gonna help. And let me move away from my verticals. Yeah, if I had more room on the floor, like wide, I could do it easier. That's what I'm used to. And up. And to the right. This way I can stay on the back of my sit bones and the back of my hips. And then on your last one, you'd lift up, Find your teaser, reach the arms long, roll down, and hug your knees in. All right, and then you slide the legs out and turn onto your abdominals for swimming. So again, I could flip the other direction and face the camera. I'll stay on this side. So ideally you want the right arm in the left leg and then the left arm in the right leg working, an alternating action for your swimming. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm doing a lot more than it says, but I think you've got to extend the back and work it. Sit back and stretch. I'm going to come out on my right hip at the middle of my mat for mermaid. Knees bent to the left. So you have two choices, sitting for mermaid. So you can stack the legs. A lot of people are not comfortable in the stack. All right, once they remove that hand from the mat, they fall over or they get really twisted up. Otherwise, you would stagger the legs, all right? Even if it's a giant stagger, some people, pardon me, with bad knees would need to extend that bottom leg, all right? So you can make some adjustments for mermaid to make it easier for the client. Those modifications should be in wherever manual you're working from or taught to you as you're working through your mat classes. Side bend over. Think about going up to where the wall and the ceiling meet. So it's not a low diagonal, and my arm is next to my ear to make sure my head and my cervical spine is in alignment. I should be able to see the front of my throat in the mirror, and then come back up to the ceiling. Lift up, side bend over. You're going to where the wall and the ceiling meets. Inhale, and then if you exhale, maybe you can go a little deeper. I'm trying to sink this hip down while I'm doing this, which is making it harder, but it helps when I come back up so that I have to work this underside of my body. One more time, inhale up. This is the third one. Go to your high diagonal, to the middle of the wall maybe, and then breathe deeper. Exhale, go even lower. That's actually really hard. Open the arms, palms face upward, so that you can softly lower down to your opposite elbow and forearm. You want to push that bottom elbow into the mat so that you're sitting, your outside hip down to your heel, and increasing the stretch. Make sure you're still looking forward, not down, not up. So your cervical spine is still in alignment with your thoracic spine. If you want to do some more bending or change your position, you're welcome to it. And then come back up. If you have a lot of room, or even if you don't, I'm going to bend my elbows so that I can do my teaser in the front. All right, so you want to hit that teaser and bend your legs to the opposite side. Stack or stagger, whatever feels best for you. Extend the opposite arm up. For in this case, it'll be the left arm, and then your side bending over. Think about going to your high diagonal. I'm just going to like the top of my Cadillac bar, and then come back up. So then I'll use that bar as a guide to go below the bar, over, and then I'll go a little bit below the bar. Make sure that I'm wrapping the underside underneath and getting a little of lift so I don't collapse on the right side. This side has to go up, up, up with this side. One more time, top of the bar, below level of the bar, parallel to the floor. And then open the arms, palms face upward. Now you guys, listen, if your teacher or somebody does these exercises different than the way in which I do them, there are many, many ways and variations and styles of doing Pilates. The way I'm teaching hopefully will match the Power Pilates style to help those folks that I've been working with. If you like this, but it still doesn't match up with what you're used to doing with your teacher or your studio, please understand it's okay, but this was meant for a small group of people, but also meant for those folks who may want some deeper information into the technique of a certain style of Pilates. Again, there's no right or wrong. This just happens to be one way in which I'm teaching this for the group who requested it, but I hope that everybody is able to watch this and learn something. So seal, we can do seal a lot of different ways. So it used to be that always the bind, the hands come together behind the heels and wrap around. So for a long time, we had long, soft feet, heels together, toes apart, Pilates stance. And then everybody was really loving this idea of going back to Joe and the way Joseph Pilates had the soles of the feet together. And when you clap, it really is like clapping like a sea lion. So you want to make sure that the lift of the feet isn't a rock back to get there. You want to find your bind and then find from the powerhouse deepening. You can even add an inhale to prepare, and exhale on the lift to find your abdominals in this transition off the mat. And then from here, chin to chest, rock back, clap 1, 2, 3, rock up, clap 1, 2, 3, rock back, clap 1, 2, 3, and up. So let's say shoulders and hip balancing is hard for you. You can add just a rock back and roll up. Rock back and roll up. If that doesn't work, you go back to rolling like a ball, all right? Otherwise, you challenge yourself. 1 clap. Rock back, 1 clap, 1 up. 1 clap, rock back, 1 clap, rock up. So you're massaging your spine and into the, out of the mat. Now 2, 1, 2. Roll up, 1, 2. Rock back. And if you notice, I'm not clapping while I'm rolling. I'm either clapping or rolling. And then clapping again. Now 3. Rock back, clap, 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 rock up. Clap, 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 rock back, and up. 1 more. So at this point, I would cross the ankles and stand up all the way. Whee! Okay, so once I'm standing, you would wind up pivoting around for your push-ups, right? So you can come parallel. It's hard for me to do this up there, so I'll do it down here, and you'll see it's going to wind up being the same way. Inner hip width apart, legs are parallel. Inhale, extend the arms up. So it's as if you're going down to press on the wounded chair pedal. So your head leads the way. You're stretching the neck out and rounding down to the mat. Keep your tailbone curled under. From here, you're going to walk out. I'll move back just a couple steps. You'll walk out in 3 counts to find your plank. 1, 2, 3. So you can either hold the plank, you guys, or add in 3 push-ups. Down and up, 3, 2, 1. So you've got to curl your chin to your chest, curl your tailbone under, hollow out your abdominals and your chest to find your stretch. It's a very weird place. It's not a down dog. And from here, tighten your abdominals in your seat. Walk back 3, walk back 2, walk back 1. Back of the neck is long. Articulate up like you're rolling down into the mat. From spine stretch forward or roll up. Inhale, lift the arms. Stretch up and over. Exhale. Breathe natural. Remember, you've got 3 counts to walk out. So everything between my thighs and my chest is working for me, okay? Out for 3, out for 2, out for 1. Down and up for 3, 2, 1. You've got to curl the tailbone under, hollow out the abdominals, stretch the heels down. I've got 3 chances from the powerhouse to walk back. 3, 2, 1. I imagine there's a line straight down the middle of my mat to help me walk back. Roll all the way back up. 1 more set. Reach up, stretch the neck out. It's going up and over your picket fence, down to the floor. Curl the tailbone under. Remember, you've got to use your powerhouse, not the arms and the feet. All right, so take some of the effort out of the wrists and the arms and put it into your work here that you've been doing the whole entire workout. Out for 3, out for 2, out for 1. Got it, you guys? Down and up. 3, 2, 1. Same idea. You've got to curl the tailbone under, lengthen through the back of the neck, reach. This is your long stretch from the reformer. And then walk back 3. Think there's a line. 2, 1, and roll all the way up to the top. All right. So I hope this helped. I know it was a little wordy. Remember, when you're actually teaching, you're not going to give all this information and say this much. And you certainly wouldn't demonstrate. Because of the pandemic, this has been hard. I want to make sure folks have what they need. So If you've worked with me, you know that there's ways in which to limit how much you're saying in order to be able to be quiet and allow the client to move. My wordiness was there to be able to give you the information that you need in order to be able to teach the information to your clients. So if you have any questions for me, something's still confusing, the rollover, the jackknife, any of those things, my options to change certain positions, especially my arm position for jackknife, I find more lift if I go wider up on the edges of my pinky fingers like knives. That doesn't work for you, you don't like that. I completely respect anybody's way in which they like to do it. So thank you everybody, and take it easy. Peace out.